Good to go. Yeah. Welcome to another edition of the Views from the Friend Zone podcast. It's your boy Real Talk Marv, who I got in the building with me.
It's your boy Cliff Brockman.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy. So far, the Giants just took an L. That shit got me kind of tight. You know what I'm saying? And then they traded my boy Melo, so I'm rocking the hooded Melo look for a little bit for this segment, just to give honor to the boy. He going to OKC. How you feel about that trade?
I think the trade was crazy, but Melo put his time in for the city. He didn't do nothing for the city. Time to move on.
Now when he had a little talent around him, they had that run. They went to the second round. You know what I'm saying?
Melo did nothing for the city.
Melo was like number 3 or number 4 for the MVP.
Melo did nothing for the city. Farewell, Melo. Time to move on.
Melo, you know what I'm saying? I got to give you your props, man. You did it for the city as much as you could. You know what I'm saying? They kept trying to put people over him. First it was Linsanity. Then they poured Zingis. You know what I'm saying? So they never really showed him the love that he deserved. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But anyway, we're going to jump right into it, And the first topic we're going to talk about is rules to cheating, right? So, the internet went crazy because Kevin Hart, he got put out there. He was messing with a joint videotape. Then it got leaked. He was about to be extorted. And he's like, yo, I might as well tell on myself before I get extorted. You know what I'm saying? And we know everybody, regular men cheat, rich men cheat and stuff like that. But, it was 2 rules personally for me that I felt he violated that, that made me say, you know what? I want to have an open dialogue to what's the rules of cheating. You know what I'm saying? So one rule that to me he violated is that the girl that he cheated with wasn't better than his wife.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's a rule. And then another thing was when your wife is pregnant, you gotta be a little more disciplined, y'all. But before I have you answer, so the first question is, cheating is wrong, but are there some never do's when it comes to cheating, like things you're not supposed to ever do? So those 2 things to me was just like a violation that he did. What do you think? What are the you can't do when you're cheating? Not that we condone cheating, but cheating happens. So I need to know, what are the never do's as a cheater?
First rule, like you said, the fact that his wife is pregnant and he's out there cheating. And first of all, Kevin Hart got enough money to hire an assistant, right? Just to even keep his extra girls intact. Not to say that was right. His wife is pregnant. You never know. Something like that. She was emotional. She could mess around, have a miscarriage because of that. You don't know how that affects her, right?
Facts.
So, I mean, I think number 1 rule for cheating is also if you're gonna do it, you can't bring it to your household. You can't let it be in the public eye. Like some of these guys got enough money to make sure that it don't even go that route. So why not use you spending money on some other stuff that's not necessary anyway? So why not use an assistant to say, you know what? Make sure she don't call the house. Make sure she don't call this private line. She can't even get that phone number. Yeah. She got to go through my assistant. It's like setting up an appointment for your doctor.
A bat line. And you know what? As a married person, I know people.
We both married.
He's bugging out, trying to give out rules to cheating. But it's a respect thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have a certain kind of respect level when you out there trying to do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
And the whole thing about Kevin Hart, the reason why he really got jammed up, and he had to, because he's a brand, right? And he's always preaching positivity and this and that, and and when he got caught out there in the extortion, that $10 million she was trying to extort him for, that would have hurt his account a little bit. Yeah. And also, he's like,
no, but Kevin Hart made like $85 million last year.
It was
not that you could eat $10 million. To him, it was just like it opens the door.
It opens the door, and then what it does is it messes up your brand a little bit because everybody's looking at you like you this good guy. Okay.
Well, it messed up his brand anyway, right?
Yeah, but he did the right thing by coming out and just talking to the public and also expressing to his wife. I'm pretty sure. I'm not saying his wife had an idea that he was doing something, but the fact that it came to light, that's where he messed up. He had enough money for assistant to just
to run the system.
To run it.
And not that he allegedly did this, but another no for me is you can't be cheating raw dog, yo. You just can't. You can't take those chances. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing about it is, once you in a committed relationship and you step out and cheat raw dog, now you bringing home a package to your significant other that they didn't sign up for. You know what I'm saying? You can't take those risks. You can't throw your balls to the wind when you're in a committed relationship.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone knows that, you know, sex without a condom feels better than sex with a condom, but you gotta leave something special for your significant other.
But and also, is it when you in that kind of status, right? Do you know number one comedian in the world? Can you even take that chance?
We're gonna get to that. I for now, I want to talk about what's the do's and the don'ts of cheating.
The do's and don'ts. The do's, like was saying that what you can do. Would you explain it better?
There shouldn't be never do's, right? But let's be honest, cheating does happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So forget the do's, because the do's is obvious. You're cheating. But what are the you can't do as a cheater?
As a cheater, you should your significant other shouldn't get no phone calls from that other woman. Your significant other shouldn't even know there is a other woman.
Mm-hmm.
And also that other woman, if that's the case, shouldn't be even existing. She can't call your private line. She has to, like I said, literally. It's like going to the doctor to check up on yourself. That's how she got to communicate with you. You can't just call the doctor immediately. No, you call the secretary. You make an appointment,
and you have time.
And then you go through that process. She has to go through that process, and then also at that point she has to know I'm not leaving my significant other. This is what we call fun with benefits, right? Mm-hmm. You're wreaking fun with benefits with me because I'm Kevin Hart. I'm somebody special. Oh, you just regular Joe Blow. You're getting benefits off that, but I'm not leaving my significant other. And I don't even want you even know my significant other's name or even talk about it. That conversation can't come up.
That's another don't that I believe in, right?
Yeah.
The person that you choose to step out with shouldn't even know your significant
other. Can't even know.
Shouldn't be able to point her out. You know what I'm saying? There has to be like an adult conversation that you have if you out there. That's why I don't understand celebrities who don't necessarily get a team. You gotta vet someone that you're gonna spend that kind of time with. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, Kevin Hart didn't vet this girl. There's no way that it could have been slipped up like this. You know what I'm saying? It has to be someone who has a mutual understanding. If you have to, when you're worth that much money, you might have to sign paperwork.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? An NDA, non-disclosure agreement. You know, you can't talk. You can't try to do a show. You can't do none of that stuff. And then maybe you might have to compensate them and put them on the team, make them part of your staff. Now, I know people's thinking, damn, these guys are planning out cheating. But no, you got to have respect for your home.
And another thing is, another rule is, you cannot be my friend on social media or any of that. Social media, Instagram, anything publicly, because all that's gonna do as me being a cheater and then you being the other girl, all that's gonna do is upset the situation what we got going on. So it's a lot of rules and regulations, but as a celebrity, you gotta follow the code, right? As a celebrity, you have a publicist, you have everything for all these different kind of businesses. But when it comes to cheaters, you just get sloppy with it.
So the second question I have is, we kind of addressed it a little bit, but I want to get more in depth.
Okay.
Do you believe celebrities should avoid cheating because they have more to lose, or should they just cheat smarter? Like, to me, like you said, I would have an organized team.
You honestly, as a celebrity, and let's put it out there first before we get into the question. Cheating is not right on both parties, men and women, right?
Yeah.
But as a celebrity, you definitely got to be more organized, and you got to have a team to set that up, because you got too much to lose, right? If you're a married man and you're cheating, that's opening a whole can of worms for something else, right? Whatever your net worth is, don't get it twisted. Don't think that other woman ain't checking up your net worth too, right? So, like you said, you can't have sex with the other woman without a condom, because now she's playing. Now that 75 million you worth, she's in that.
And another thing, I think why celebrities have more to, obviously they have more to lose because of their brand, because of money, lawsuits and stuff like that. Especially if you portray a certain image. Now, the only reason why, to me, I couldn't drag Kevin Hart, because any man can make a mistake. But what kills him is he was on the radio talking about, this is my rib. You know what I'm saying? I learned from my cheating. Look at me. I'm 30-something years old. What I look like still out there cheating. And then you get caught with some... First, they said she was a traveling stripper. But now she's saying she's not a stripper. She's an actor / model. This and the other.
Listen. It doesn't matter how beautiful the girl is once you're cheating, right? If you out there publicly trying to make yourself seem like something you're not, that's the problem. Because he has a brand. If he would have kept going, if he didn't get caught up, if the girl didn't have the whole scheme with the phone and the mirror, his whole thing should have been this, right? When he came out, he said, "Listen, I made this is what I'm going for. If I'm talking as Kevin Hart, I made a big mistake. I shouldn't have did it, what you call it. But you got to be honest. The temptation is a little bit different. I'm number one comedian right now. The temptation is a little bit different. Yes, what I did to my wife is wrong. If she can forgive me, I appreciate. I appreciate it. I'll go to counsel. I'll see the next step. Because at the guys, it's different, because you got to understand with social media now, these girls will find you everywhere. So it's like.
But to be honest with you, I don't care who you are in this world. Yeah. There's always options. Maybe, I'm not saying I have the options Kevin Hart had. You know what I'm saying? But there's always options. There's always temptations and stuff. Yeah.
And both parties. Both parties. Yeah.
I just feel like you got to move a little smarter. I feel like these celebrities nowadays aren't moving smarter. Look at Usher.
Look at Tiger Woods. The whole thing. You know what it is? Sometimes
they're moving like regular people.
But not even that. You know what?
Tiger Woods especially, but that was a while ago.
That was a long time ago. But you know what it is? Sometimes you become a celebrity and you think you're invincible, right? Yeah. So you forget to do the little stuff you did before to get on top. So you start messing with this girl, because you're thinking, I'm him. Yeah. Why do I gotta play the game with you? But no. You gotta play that tightrope. You gotta keep it organized. There's a lot more celebrities that's out there playing the field, but they're smart enough.
Normal regular men are playing the field, so I can't sit there and expect celebrities not to. But you gotta have some kind of rules to the game.
And then also, honestly, I'm talking from a regular person, but if you're a celebrity and you know that you're not going to be focused on one woman, and the woman you're really dealing with, whatever, I'm not saying turn her to a lesbian or tell her, but let her know you into those kind of things. Bring the lady home. But so I'd rather tell the person I'm with, listen, let's bring her home, because nothing's going to get out there like that. And then even if she's not into that, at least I'm doing it in your face. Because if it get out behind your back, you're going to be hurt, you're going to be emotional, and we got too much invested.
Let me tell you.
T-Pain, when he was in a relationship with his wife, he told her straight up he was into that. He'd bring him home, and they share each other.
I mean, you know what? That's great if you could get away with it. A lot of dudes can't, you know what I'm saying? But as a celebrity you probably can negotiate.
It's different,
that. You know who had it right? My man Ray Charles. Rest in peace, Ray Charles. You remember? he had the backup singer who was the road wife. You know what I'm saying? And his wife had no clue.
And he said, how did you get this number?
You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, I'm already sending money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like, you just got to be a little more disciplined. I know it's kind of laughing to justify cheating, but you have to operate a certain decorum. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're a celebrity out there. It's like, okay, Is Kevin Hart going to make it past this storm? Of course, because he's too hot. He already got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. But you know what? You make your wife look stupid. That's the one thing that I respect about Jay-Z and why he apologized. He apologized for more than cheating. He apologized because he made Beyonce out here look stupid. He's like, I never wanted a woman to know stuff about me that you didn't know. So you know, obviously cheating happens because of, you know, the physicals of it, but you know, there's more repercussions for you, just you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I believe in, like, you gotta wrap it up. You can't play this
that's
kind
a
of game.
fact. You gotta wrap it. Listen, when you cheating, it's like a whole secret society, right? Especially with a celebrity, you gotta hire. Listen, especially when you got enough money where you can put somebody on the payroll just to take care of everything, right? Mm-hmm. And as a celebrity, you spending money on frivolous and dumb stuff anyway. Sometimes, right? You might as well pay somebody $50,000 to $100,000. Their job is to secure 5 to 6 women that you need.
I mean, I'm sure he has, you know, his backup comedians, the guys who warm up for him.
But that's not enough. I'm talking about somebody who's really gonna go in and make sure none of this hit the public, right? Yeah. Because look how this one situation could ruin your whole brand. And it's not.
Shout out to the celebrities like Derek Jeter, like Tom Brady, who, when you come to their crib or hang out with them, you got to put a phone in the basket. Ain't no coming and chilling in here with the phone. The phone stay at the door, bro.
Because you know why they do that? Because a lot of spicy things about to go on, and you're not about to ruin all the hard work they put in.
That's that real secret society stuff.
That's why eyes wide shut.
That's why you see my man Brady when they said, "Let us see your phone." What phone? He destroyed it. He wasn't worrying about you catching a text about football.
That's the eyes wide shut. That's the eyes wide, eyes wide shut.
All right. So the last question is it impossible to avoid the temptation when you have that many options like these celebrities do? Is it impossible? Like, do you believe there's any... It's different when you're an OG celebrity. You've been in the game for 60, 70 years. Like, you're like 50-something, 60-something. Now you're just like, yo, I'm tired of this. I did it for a long time. But I'm talking about celebrities who are in their prime between 25 and 45. Like, their prime of life, their prime of notoriety. Is it possible for both sides, not just men, but women as well? I think women are a little more disciplined than we are. But is it possible to avoid that temptation?
It is possible to avoid that temptation because you got to have that conversation with your significant other, right? I mean, talking as a celebrity, and if I was talking as a celebrity, I would let that woman, if I really care about her, listen. I don't know. Some days I might want to be with somebody else. And what you call it. It's not right, but the temptation is a lot harder. Like basketball players, after they finish their games, there's 15 to 20 chicks that know where they staying, where they gonna party at, where they gonna be. Like even you could not even be thinking about sex, but now this girl's been all over you all week. You had 2 back-to-back in Dallas. Right?
Dallas and Houston back to back.
The Dallas and Houston, but you know how sometimes they had the back to backs, period, right? Yeah. The first night you didn't even want to talk to Keisha, right? But now Keisha came back again. You say, you know what? We won this time. I had 20. I need to celebrate. It's a lot harder when you're a celebrity. When you're a regular Joe Blow doing it, you should have the discipline, right? Another thing is, to avoid cheating, you shouldn't go to places that's going to give you that temptation, right?
Yeah, but as an entertainer...
as an entertainer...
That's part of your brand and money to be
as an entertainer,
like
it's hard. 100% hard. Because I don't... Honestly, I'm speaking from my perspective. I don't think any of the entertainers are faithful. Stuff just didn't come out. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, just knowing how, people operate and stuff, I think... Obviously, it's not just Kevin Hart or the people we caught.
No.
It's more people doing... That's like anything in general, crimes and everything. More people are out there doing it than people that get caught. Sometimes people slip up. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like it's not impossible to avoid temptation, but it's harder than others. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just have to, not allow yourself like you said, to be in certain situations that created that way. You know, you go out, you have fun, you celebrate. Maybe you have some, you know, women that come to the table and want to enjoy and stuff like that. But then you just gotta be like, all right, fellas, y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna head out. You know what I'm saying? Because you got too much.
You
to
got
lose.
too much to lose, especially.
And Kevin, just to continue, not to continue to drag Kevin Hart, but you know, he was in his prior relationship. It ended. He admitted to cheating. He wasn't ashamed of cheating. He didn't have to get married again. My thing is, you have 2 kids, right? Not to say that he didn't want more kids, but you had 2 kids. You already been married already.
Yeah.
You're the biggest star, or one of the biggest stars in the world. You don't have to rush into a relationship if you're not ready to be in a relationship.
That's a fact.
You could continue to play ball. You touring, you in different cities and different things like that.
You listen. You can't go from soul playing to doing what you're doing. You understand? And put yourself in that kind of situation. When you a regular Joe Blow and you cheating, what you call it? Okay, who's gonna know? Your friends, your family friend. So what? But when you Kevin Hart, it hit the news. TMZ takes it. This website takes it. That website takes it. That girl knew weeks before when y'all was involved she was gonna do this. She just was trying to strategize how and when.
She said,
you hear what I said? How and when was I gonna do that? That's how it is.
Oh, someone got into the room ahead of time and recorded the video.
Come on.
And I'm just like, I don't know. To me,
I think it's bogus. I think it's a bunch of nonsense.
Obviously, you know, I think usually no one's more on their job than a married man trying to do his dirt. They usually try to take certain risks and stuff. I don't know where his head was at and how he got caught up in that situation.
Yeah.
But you know, I also think another don't to me in cheating is just like randoms. It's too much of a risk for randoms. If you're gonna cheat, it gotta be somebody you kind of vet out, kind of know your situation, understand, and you can have that adult conversation with. When you pick up a random, it's so many multiple, you know, different factors that you can't take into consideration. That's a real risk. Keep a team. Keep a small team that travels. Keep a team in regions. Keep a team in cities.
That's a fact.
But randoms is crazy. I know sometimes that random catches your eye, but I mean, you're Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of things that the average brother don't see.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think to sum it up, you just can't move sloppy. Period. Point blank. Period. You gotta have a team. You gotta be organized. It's like preparing yourself for that big test. When you're somebody with status, when you're a regular guy like me and you, then it's different. Maybe you know you might not even strategize as hard, but when you're up there like a Jay-Z, a Usher, a Tyler Perry, P Diddy, somebody that if you cheated. It could go half and half. You could be worth 700 million today, to 350 tomorrow. So it just got to be very organized.
To me, it's bigger than that when you're married, right?
Of course.
Because it's just like it's about the respect for your spouse. It's about her out there looking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You're shaming her. That's the one thing about it, you know.
Because my thing is, you can take the risk of randoms when you're a celebrity if you're not married.
Yeah.
When you're married, you made that decision that, you know what, I gotta move a little differently. Especially the image he was putting out there that he's done cheating, Shorty's his rib. When you have someone on that level, nobody else compares. And we know men have hormones, men move in certain ways, stuff like that. But you kind of set yourself up there. That's why I don't be, that's why I don't be putting out these crazy statuses like, oh, this person that. Because every time you say something like that, there's someone out there that's screenshotting you, bro. I don't care. Listen, I don't care. Like me, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a personality. I'm not nobody that anyone knows. Yeah. But I'm telling you, there's people screenshotting the shit that I say. There's people screenshotting the likes that I give, the compliments I might give to someone, just to one day be like, yeah, I knew he was shaky. Look at what he said on this day. People are petty like that.
But think about it more. If you made $80 million in 1 year, right? You start thinking you invincible, right?
Yeah.
So you the little things that you should be careful about. You like, nah, she ain't gonna do that. She just happy to be around me. That's how some of these guys think, but they don't know this is personal gain. Even that girl he's messing with, she wasn't an ugly chick. Who knows? She wasn't an ugly chick.
She was regular, degular.
She was regular. She was regular, but he probably thought messing with her was gonna be easier than messing with somebody that that's really in the Instagram or social media, and it backfired on him.
To be honest with you, when the rumors were that she was a traveling stripper that everybody knew,
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed, but I was just once I heard she was a quote unquote I'm an actress / model, then I knew it was a setup, right? Because she's looking for her exposure time. She's looking for her 15 minutes.
If it was Bernice, then we might not even be having this conversation.
No, but Bernice already had her weight. This is my thing because a stripper, I don't know if a stripper would have straight up try to hit you with the $10 million kind of thing, stuff like that. Strippers just like, yo, this is how I get down and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Strippers kind of like, they go for the pay that makes more sense. A stripper probably be like, yo, get me the $100,000 something, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cause she know, like, you know what? She that's what she do. She would have grabbed that bag and then kept it moving. These people right here is just like, you know what? She knows she's not gonna get that $10 million, but she know it's gonna be this whole media circus. Guess what? Her name is gonna keep buzzing. Yeah. So she knows she's gonna lose certain jobs, but certain jobs she's gonna get that she never had.
As a celebrity, right? When you choose to cheat, the benefits of having sex with somebody else. That's all you reap. The other person's gonna win, because right. Once you start cheating with the other person, it's never over until they say it's over, right? Because now that you put yourself in a position where they say, you know what, this is not over. We got to keep going until I say stop. Because you know what I'm going to do? They're going to hit every media, every screen, every this and that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got our guests is walking into the building, so Cliff's going to go open up the door for them. And I'm saying I'm going to try to wrap up that topic. You know, the cheating thing, don't get it twisted. I think we as a society make a bigger deal about cheating than we should, right? Because cheating's a natural part of life. Cheating don't necessarily mean like, oh, I broke someone's trust. It is a break of trust, but you know, it's not a lack of love. It's not a hatred for a person. It is selfish, but at the same time, it's something that happens every day. You know what I'm saying? What's good?
Shit fire. Oh, y'all already got a little bit.
What's good? How you doing, man? Let's sit right here. We have Mr. Arlis Michaels in the building from the hot web series, The Professional Chillers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want a drink?
Yeah.
So the topic we were just talking about before you came in is the rules of cheating. We was talking about how Kevin Hart got caught out there. There's some ice, some Ciroc. You know what I'm saying? So is there any, we're going to ask you this before we get to the next topic. Is there any don'ts you believe when it comes to cheating?
I mean, I was in a relationship at one point. A girl said if I text another female, that's cheating. So so I'm like, for that, every guy's cheating.
Yeah, that's a lose-lose. So do you think if you set up certain rules with the person you with, then you know what I'm saying, it's easier to avoid cheating because you got guidelines out there?
Yeah, if you could, put your foot down early and set some rules, regulations, you know what I'm saying, they say like T.I. and Tiny, they be swinging and all that.
Yeah.
And Will Smith and Jada do the same thing. So
yeah.
I'm with it.
Now, let me ask you, before we move on to the next topic, let me ask you a tough question, because dudes always say they open with the open relationship, but it's usually got to be open both ways. Are you man enough to deal, not man enough, but can you deal with it being open where you doing your thing and your old lady doing her thing too?
I mean, it make no sense to be in a relationship then. What sense does it make them be in a relationship? We gonna do that?
All right, so you believe it could be open when a man do his thing, but
nah, I mean, I don't know. I'm good. Me personally, I mean, I ain't really for the relationship type. That's not really my thing.
Yeah. And I respect that.
I'm cool being single and just doing me. Because then it's like, it's too, once you got to think about it. Who does somebody really say like, yo, you're going to be my girl, I'm going to be your man? Like, you know, once you start saying, you could be doing relationship things without the title. But then the minute you be like, okay, what is this? I want you to be my girl. Then everything just goes haywire.
Everything falls off, right?
Things go ahead. Now they can try to look through your phone. You sleep, all type of crazy shit.
It's a fact.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next topic. The next topic is black content, which would be a perfect segue for you. So before we get into that topic, you know, can you introduce yourself and tell a little about yourself to those who don't know?
Yeah, my name is Arlis Michaels, a.k.a. the professional chiller himself.
That's what's up, man. So people know, I know that you do music and you also act as well, but, you know, let them know a little bit about what you got going on.
You know, I want to do something different, you know, so I was just like, you know, I was always wanted to get into movies and stuff like that from young, especially if you could create your own content, because, you know, you could, you know, once you get able to do that, then you could do a lot of other things. You know, I looked at people like Keenan Ivory Wayans and Ice Cube. I thought what they was doing was like dope. Like as a kid, I couldn't wait till Living Color came on, and I thought it was ill because he could rewrite it however he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So that's basically like what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I was supposed to do it in 2013, but I didn't really know the proper way, so I was asking a lot of questions, trying to figure out because I didn't want to, you know, fail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you do things, you want to properly research and, you know, have a game plan. Because, you know, a lot of people just doing things just to do it. I do things to try to like captivate the world.
Yeah.
To get out there. If I can get in every household, you know, by sitting in my house, then I thought that, you know, that's ill.
That's what's up.
Because nowadays you could be everywhere. You know, so much social media and stuff going on, so much other, you know, devices and networks. You could be everywhere by just sitting in one spot.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
So the first question on the topic black content is, there's power, there's empire, there's Queen Sugar, there's scandal, how to get away with murder. There's a lot of great black content. Are we taking over, or is there more room for us to grow?
I think there's always more room for us to grow. I mean, right now we doing our thing. You know, like all those shows are dope. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know, it's a fight though. You know, just due to the fact of our color, it's just a fight, just in life.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when we have that, you know, when we have too much power, it's just too. It's
People
just too
get
much.
uncomfortable.
Like even if you look at real, like even if you look at the football, like if that would have been like Elway or one of them, would it have been the same?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because you know,
it'd have been a movement, a hashtag for everybody across the country to join that movement.
That's a
Because was it? I'm trying to figure, was it him? Or Manning? Like some girl tried to say like when he was in college, like he was getting like
Manning.
Manning.
Yeah.
Right? And they swept that shit right under the rug. You heard about that shit that one day. That was
You
it.
never hear. How about Ben
He
Roethlisberger?
broke 2 chicks. Ben Roethlisberger, 2 rape allegations under the rug. They
And you
always
never
do
hear
it.
that.
Yeah, they always do it.
So
Yeah, so you know when you look at stuff like that, it's like wow, like they swept that shit right under the rug. Crazy.
like it never happened.
So what do you think about the black content? Do you think there's more room for us to grow?
I think we taking advantage. We taking what is necessary now. We stepping up. Like with Oprah with the OWN network, with Tyler Perry, with teaming up with Oprah on the network side. Because before we had a lot of good black shows, right? But it only focused on African Americans. We had the Different World back in the days. We had 227. We had Rock. We had all these shows that only hit and target African Americans. I think now with Empire, Power, and everybody, it's targeting everybody. So a wide variety of audience that could tune in. So now that we got the opportunity, it's no looking back. So that we definitely taking advantage of our opportunity. It was just about getting our opportunities. Because if you ask, no disrespect, if you ask a white kid now what's a Different World, he's not going to know. If you ask a white kid what's 227, he probably won't know. You know, just basic shows like that. Even the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't know. And those were great shows
So
that had messages.
the next question I have is like web-based entertainment, professional chillers, other series. Do we even need to be picked up by cable on a national broadcast, or can we continue to use the internet as a platform?
The internet is definitely a platform. I have a lot of meetings, and I spoke to a lot of like people at higher power. I mean, it just see when you're on a major network, people don't understand that they own it.
Yeah.
So
that
they,
is the
they own
fear.
it. So they could even fire me. Like
Yeah.
like we're
Take
gonna give.
take your idea and then.
No, I mean they're gonna like like Fox. You see Empire? Fox owns Empire.
Yeah.
Lee Daniels and them don't own it. They own it. They own everything to it. So they could, like, you know what? We're going to fire you. It might be your thing, but so people don't really understand that. Like, you go to a network and you have meetings with them. It's like, look, we'll throw you this money, but we own it. So you could be replaced. And sometimes that, you know, it could put a dent in relationships because what if I don't want this person to get written off the show?
Yeah.
Then it's like I can't, you know, I got this bag now and I compensated everybody. I can't do anything.
Yeah. Like what happened to Dave Chappelle? His show was rocking, everything was cool. They offered him that big money and it was just like, we want you to add this writer on so you could change things a little bit. But the show was successful. It was rocking out. So why did he need that additional money?
I mean, think about it. He turned down $50 million. He didn't want to sell himself, and then years later, Netflix came around and gave him $60 million.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For three 1 hour specials. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah, I mean, Dave Chappelle's a brand. I mean, you got to make every move
a power move.
And that's how I look at like all of this stuff. And my idea, a reason why, like, you know what, I could do my own show because I was gonna do Love and Hip Hop. And you know, it's definitely a platform. I mean, it's not gonna work for everybody, but it definitely works for like a Cardi B, a Kim Michelle. It works for certain people.
Yeah.
Depends. Then it was like, you know, sometimes you only get one chance to, you know what I'm saying, like a first impression or whatever. So it's like they might, you know, catch me on a bad day, and then the viewers just run with just that.
Yeah.
How's acting on that one bad day?
Yeah.
I think that also is tough for men, right? Because I feel like the Love and Hip Hop is so entertaining with the cattiness and the fighting and stuff like that. Men is more like, I'm trying to make power moves. Is it that interesting, the men's story?
The Love and Hip Hop scene, to me, it's great for networking, but it also could put you in sort of a clown show if you go up there.
If you
go up there, because they're all in scenarios, right?
Yeah.
So that they give you a scenario to make you look like a clown. Now you doing music, right? So nobody's gonna remember your popping single. They're gonna remember you. Oh yeah, that was the one that did the scenario and love it. So it's very careful. That's
so now if you, as I said, like, you know, I have a lot of funny stuff on my show, but I created it. So it's like, okay, it's created.
Yeah.
So now if you, like, say if you look at like a Young Jock, for instance, like, you know, he had a big record in like 06.
Yeah, now he's a clown show.
Now he's wearing dresses for attention because he's in that life.
Because we never really knew much about him. We just knew that, you know, he had the record, he had the album.
Yeah.
That's it. So now when you get people on a platform when they got to talk too much, now it's like, hold on.
Yeah, that's a fact. It's a fact.
And like you said, Love and Hip Hop, they own how they tell that story. So you shoot something one way, and then when the cutting screen,
that's it.
You're like, yo, that didn't happen that way.
It's a whole scenario and the game plan they do it.
All right. So another question that we have is, do we need to tell any other stories that's not being told, or is everything being covered correctly? Like, do you feel like all the things that are popular, there's still other stories we need to tell?
You asking me?
Okay, now let's go.
You said, do you feel like it's a different story to tell?
Like, are there any stories we haven't touched yet that we need to put out there as far as for the culture?
I mean, there's always more stories you could, you know, it's a new story every day.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You just who's gonna touch on them.
Yeah, because I feel like, you know, only certain things we do get love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the way that we kind of negative now, if the Cosby Show dropped now, would it get the same love that it got back in the day because of what's keeping people interested?
I think a story that needs to be told, what you call it, is domestic violence and also sexual abuse. I think those stories need to be told in the African American community. Period. Like, you know,
so
we
when
need
you
to
say those stories need to be told, like a Law and Order kind of show.
Not even a Law and Order kind of show. Something that we need somebody to come up with a web series or anything that's showing the everyday girl who's getting raped by her stepfather, who's getting raped by her
sort
mother
of like
boyfriend.
Precious, sort of like
something,
Precious,
something like a
Precious
ongoing
kind of thing.
Because we don't have that. Like before you even came up to the show, like I watch all the web series.
Yeah.
And I've been telling my bro, I'm like, listen, this professional chiller web series is different. It's funny, but he goes through a lot of lanes. And
I try to touch on a lot, like action.
Yeah.
You know, beautiful women, like, lingo, like, comedy. I don't want to just be one thing. So they be like, oh, it's just one way. Like, you got some words that's just all violent.
Nah.
Yeah. And that's one thing I like about the show.
In, like, like informers, you want to show all of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's one thing I like about the show a lot. I don't feel like none of the actors are trying extra hard. You know what I'm saying? Like the title is perfect, professional children. Because it's laid back.
Everybody being natural.
Yeah, everybody's being natural. These are scenes that you've experienced, and it's kind of cool. It's not overly crazy. The scenarios are cool. The women are beautiful.
We need a show that talks about the everyday struggle in a young woman's life and a young man's life growing up. Period. In neighborhoods. Period. In the hood. Yeah. We need that kind of show because the web series, they some of them are all the same. I watch all of them. Rock Boy Empire, Home of the Hitters, Money and Violence, Respect Life. They all got a little positive message, but they all spin to the same thing. Like you said, your show touched different avenues.
Well, I shot my show in a whole different environment. I shot it in Long Island because I feel like Long Island's an untapped market, so I wanted to tap into it. Mm-hmm. It's like it's like hustling out of town. So I was gonna I know all of those guys personally. We all from the same neighborhood, so it's just like it's gonna be using all the same scenery. So like, what show is really different? Yeah. Showing all the same scenes, the same landmarks. Is like, you know what I mean? Like, me and Boone, like, we not that far apart from each other. So it's like, he only a couple strips up. Yeah. So, everybody know Rock Boy. We all know each other.
Yeah.
And we all, striving for the same goal. So, we all trying to win. Mm. And, they definitely have good shows as well, too. They started before me. But, and to be mentioned with, me mentioned with them is like, it's definitely an honor because they definitely in the tops.
Yeah.
You mentioned with the vets and
That's a fact. That's what's
it's always a good thing.
Now I'm kind of impressed because it's just like the most impressive thing is that a lot of people doing these series they're not professionally trained. They didn't go to school for it and stuff like that. It's just creativity. Like I want to tell my story and I'm gonna make sure I control all those aspects of it. You know what I'm saying? Do you think there's any drawback about just having the internet platform versus like having the big machine behind you besides for like the budgets?
The internet is definitely a big platform. Like we can't take, like I just now got a situation with Carl Canal off the show. He's definitely a legend in clothing.
Yeah. So
to even be sponsored and about to do a campaign with him off a show that's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's definitely,
that's a big deal.
I done, Mace done reached out, dudes that I looked up to through through Instagram is like, yo, the show is fire. Yeah. Like, and I speak to him, he gives me a lot of like good advice and, he like, mentoring me and telling me, things I should do and how to prepare for this. And, and as I said, Tony Ayo definitely, what I'm saying, he's definitely been real good, what I'm saying, like, yo, the show is fire, boom, 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 these are veterans in the game. They solidified. They stamped. Yeah. They in the books. That's what I said. They in the books. So even people like that, Red Cafe. These that's great. It's touching the people. Young Guru.
Yeah.
That this is his favorite show. Like like he follows the whole cast and comments and likes
he's
the
active.
pics and everything. So dude like Young Guru, he's with Jay-Z every day. Like, you don't know me from a hole in the wall, but they appreciating the body of work. So I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? My thing is if, when you're trying to be a legend, whether it's mainstream or underground, because, I could have mainstream success, but be underground.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. I'm because, nowadays record deals and even the deals with shows and stuff, they try to they try to short you. So if I can find ways and avenues to create a Netflix, to sell my own show, to watch it on my own platform, and all the money generated to us, we have to pay nobody. Yeah. Then I'm cool with that. So if I can make $250,000, $300,000, but I could have probably made the mill with the label, but then the label make $50 million off you. Then it's like that's kind of like slavery, like like you pimping me. So I'm cool with just the $250,000, as long as I know people ain't really eating off me, so like I'm fine with that, and my cast is straight. Yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I look at life. A lot of people more or less chase the fame, but then don't worry. they worry about the money later.
Yeah.
I don't want everybody to know who I am and don't have a coin. And that's what happens. Like, you know, when before I was doing this 10 years ago, I was doing a Real Talk DVD.
Yeah.
So, you know, you interviewing artists and you kind of seeing their lifestyles and you're like, damn, these guys are really broke. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and it's a, you know, it opens your eyes to a lot of stuff. Like, damn, like, it's smoke and mirrors.
You had said something in, I think it's episode 3, where it was just you in the barbershop and you're just like, yo, I done seen dudes on MTV, BET, and they waiting for the bus kind of thing.
No, that's reality. Like, I seen it, you know.
Yeah.
So I done been in Philippe's and stuff, like artists, and the bill will come and everybody. I'm even chipping in, and I ain't even only got a drink.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, I'm not paying 150 towards this bill. Like, that goes because, you know, people living from check to check.
Yeah.
So they spending as fast as they getting it. They don't have the right financial advisors. They don't have the right people in their corner. You know, you could go from broke to rich, you know, and smile.
Mm-hmm.
But then the feeling of going from rich to broke is just like, oh shit, like I can't just go out and grab 20, 30,000.
Yeah.
No more. I can't do it. So, you know, it was a wake up call. I done seen it, you know, a couple rappers from my hood, you know, they got on and, you know, I done seen them like, you know, have a couple dollars one year and then back flat broke like a year and a half later.
Yeah.
So it was like, and you got to remember the average person that probably makes $35,000 a year, which is like $14 an hour or some shit like that. So
Yeah.
they able to last that for the whole life, working 35 for 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Before they retire. So, you know, this is how I look at it. It's like wow, you know. And you just have to realize that, you know, like, do you really want to be on top of your business or do you want the fame?
Yeah. Sometimes you got to make that choice, either or kind of thing. My question is, so the music, right? Because we know the music game is very hard to really make money, you know, especially nowadays. If you do get a little buzz, then they try to hit you with the modern day slavery, the 360 deal.
360
where
everything.
every single thing you do, they want a piece
They got
of
hands
it.
on it.
Your
Yeah.
tours, your commercials, your sponsorships and stuff like that. So do you think that this being independent is just the way to go and just slow grind?
I mean, independent is, you know, is the best grind. You know, I tell, you know, everybody, like, I wouldn't, you know, give it away for, trade away for anything. I mean, this is where you really see, like, where your grind is. You can make a living being underground. Even if you make $100,000 a year. For something you love doing, that's good money.
Yeah.
People don't make it to the
Yeah.
NBA, they go overseas. You know, I got you know, my little homies, they play overseas. I'm like, yo, you're getting 80, 90,000 to dribble a basketball.
Yeah,
You need to hustle it to where you have 400,000 or 500,000 saved by the time you retire, and then, you know, you start opening businesses or coach or do whatever else you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
That's still a dream. It may not be the dream you thought about, but it's still living the dream versus, you
That's
know.
a
I mean, record. You got to remember with a record deal, a label's designed to make you a star. That's it. You got to know how to get your own money out of that shit. Their job is to get your face
That's a fact.
known
Out
everywhere.
there.
So now your face being known, your lifestyle has to change. You can't ride around in a hoopty no more. People look at you like he's fucked up
Yeah.
because now you're worrying about what everybody else thinks.
Yeah.
So, you know,
It's
Russell
wild.
Simmons could take the train. We know he has the money.
Yeah.
He doesn't get, you know what I mean?
But if you caught in an Oldsmobile, people.
I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, you know, they got all these media. You got to remember, years ago, they didn't have none of these media outlets for the throw you on blast. 15 years ago, they didn't have a media takeout. They didn't have
The
none.
shade
Internet,
room, all that.
Yeah.
internet wasn't
Yeah.
popular. So now, even if you just sleeping around with a chick, you can't even go to sleep, or you got to grab the phone or do something because it's like they might take a picture of you.
Yeah, we was just talking about
Yeah.
that earlier.
So you can't even-
That's a fact.
You can't even do anything. So now it's like, okay, you know, look at Kevin Hart. He tried to probably sneak in a little bit of pussy real fast. So ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, he's young. I mean, you gotta remember Kevin Hart's career, man. Like, he really took off. Like,
Yeah.
From Soul Plane? Come on.
To now.
he was
To
even
now?
before that. Like, he had Paper Soldiers that came
Paper
out like
Soldiers.
Yeah.
03 or some shit like that.
with the Beanie Siegel joint.
So you gotta look at, he went from that, he probably got paid little next to nothing,
Yeah.
to he's only like 36 years old, or maybe 37. He already got a Hollywood star already.
Yeah.
So it's like, so look how his hustling is in the fucking 13, 14-year time span, 13, 14-year time span.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's young. It's not like he's 50. Like, shit, you want to fuck, let him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
We just say you gotta
Yeah,
move a little smarter.
yeah.
There's any question.
I
you
mean,
wanna
they're
ask?
mad. These girls, they trying to come up. So it's like, they more or less just want the publicity. The money's like later. They just want to say, when he was dead broke in Philly doing stand-up comedy, were you going to run around and say, yo, you slept with Kevin Hart? But since he's on top, this is your claim to fame. Like, oh, I slept. They trying to bash me. You're just trying to get money. Like, this shit with Usher, like, this shit is crazy. Like, everybody coming, yo, he gave me, I'm suing him just because he didn't tell me. And then they said this whole shit was bullshit. So it's like, yo, come on, man.
Yeah.
To answer the question, I think the independent route, it helps us, period, because it educates you, right? When you go independent, you got to be educated. Now you got to really look into your money. Now you got to look into when you're going to get the next cameraman to do this video, to do that, to do that. When you in the label, some of these guys can't read.
They definitely
They
can't
read.
read
They
contracts.
can't
They
listen.
definitely can't read
If you can't
contracts.
read the contract saying that I'm trying to sign you as a slave, but you got to work 365 days, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I think one of the biggest mistakes that some of these independent artists or people who's not signed to major make is like you're trying to compete with people who already have sponsorships and stuff like that. Like, yo, stay in your lane and grind hard. Like guys who throw 5,000-10,000 in the club, but then they don't have no marketing budget. That's your marketing budget right there.
The thing I was looking at this last week, right, about independent grind. Look at Master P. Master P don't deal with these labels and stuff, and then he's charging $100,000 because he said Kodak Black is getting raped off his contract and stuff. You can make it.
Now he's trying to help broker deals for
yeah,
guys.
you could make.
That's also what Jay-Z's doing.
Listen,
too,
you could make it independent, but you got to educate yourself a little bit, right? So if you got something that's going good, why not talk to certain lawyers or talk to certain people that can? Social media, you could connect with people so much differently, right?
Yeah.
So,
All right, so the last topic I want to talk about is supporting our own. Why is it so hard for people to see their friends win? Like, I personally, even doing the podcast, and it's more people who never met me who will share my video or like something that I did or give a comment on the video versus people who I rock with every day who I call and they'll just ignore the stuff that you're putting out. So let's have all this answer that.
Yeah.
Why is it harder for your friends to show that same love that strangers show?
I mean, at the end of the day, like, they don't really have that much ties, because now if you make it, you know what I'm saying, there's no agreement, yo, you're going to take me with you. So, the love turn hate fast. I mean, you can see it in music. I mean, look at Stack Bundles. For a person I know personally, whole neighborhood loved him. Then when he got on, it was like, oh, shit, he's about to really, he started having altercations with people and stuff like that. Now it turned hate fast.
Yeah.
Now you're on TV. Now you're not just a underground legend. Now you're about to go mainstream. Same thing with Chinks. It was like, kid that was getting loved, and then, now he's on tour with friends. He's just, people hate. I mean, that's just in some people's blood, man. It's like, you rack your brain trying to figure it out.
yeah, it's a fact.
I went through a lot of that myself. It's just like, with people, it's like, and then like when I'm around, it's not the same energy. It's not the same demeanor. Like a person to say, oh, fuck them or whatever the case may be. And then when I see them, it's like, oh, yo, what up, boy? What's good? Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep the same, the same
Keep
energy.
that same energy when
Yeah.
I'm not around. When
Yeah.
Yeah, but people, that's what I just call. I said a lot of people, they whisper, like they're whisperers. That's
Yeah.
how I look at it. Like, you're whispering. Then when you see me, it's like, oh, yo, you on my dick.
Yeah.
But I hear everything. But it's cool though. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't got nothing going on anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have anything going on. Like,
So what do you think? Why do you think it's hard for your friends to show the love that strangers show?
You know what's crazy, right? And I'm gonna even just to talk about it. I'm gonna do a quick segment. It's crazy, right? Your friends will not share or help you out, right? But they'll help somebody else because they don't want to see you win. Some people want to keep you in that light and space. Like, I'm a married man now, but when I was popping, I put all my friends on with chicks. I can't even count on my finger how many dudes
Reciprocate that.
put me on with one chick.
Reciprocate
Now I'm
love.
talking about. I got about a lot. I got a lot of friends, and I'm talking about 50 to 60 dudes. I probably help them get sex, And that's real talk. I can't count on my hand how many one time they helped me out. I'm always helping people out. I'm not helping people out just because I want to do it for looking for the reward. But it would be nice to be like, you know what? Let me look out for this person. And everybody, sometimes your best friends will be talking about you to a female. I have friends now. They pillow talking to females about me, and when I see them, it's all love.
So let me ask another question. Why is it so hard for people to support even free items? Like, I know sometimes when you come out with a business and you're like, yo, my music, it costs $5, $10, or this, people are like, oh, I don't got it. People never have it. But even free stuff, how come they can't even support your free stuff? But they're sharing Rihanna dropped a Fenty beauty line, and every black woman I know is promoting it like they're ambassadors.
Because they could see Rihanna on TV, they can't see it in person. When they see you in person, it's a scary thing that you about to take off. You about to get on the plane, and they still riding the bus. Nobody want to stay in that lane, right? So if, like, for prime example, he started a web series, he probably getting a lot of hate right now. His web series is pop.
I get a lot of hate because you can't put everybody on.
You
like,
can't.
And then it's like at the end of the day, it's like I'm paying for all this shit myself.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you rap or you do whatever, invest in yourself. I'm investing in something I want to do. I put the people I want to put on.
Yeah.
I'm not obligated to do anything. I tell people that every day. I don't owe nobody nothing. When I go to sleep at night, I never ask anybody for anything.
Yeah.
That's good.
I always pay like how I weighed. You know what I'm saying? I compensate people properly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't owe anybody anything. A lot of people, they take money from anybody. And then when they about to pop, everybody got their handbag. I was like, I'll find a way. I could be dead starving. I'm going to find a way to get some food or get something. Like,
You got to grind.
So, but why is it even hard to get people to do a share or a like on free stuff? You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, it don't cost them
Because
people don't want you to win.
People don't want you to win. And it's sad because, right, it be the people that you think they love and care about you be the same ones not going to do it.
Yeah.
Not gonna do it. But when they need a favor, what you call it, and you help them, it's all good. But now they see that when you about to be in a different light and people not moving on, every year you should build yourself. Some people are not building themselves every year, and they know you about to take off, so they don't want to help that. They rather keep you in that same space. If we was on the corner hustling all day, and now all of a sudden tomorrow he see me in the Bentley, in the Phantom, what you call it, I gotta connect somewhere, right? He's mad that he's not gonna say like, oh mate, let me work on it so I can move on. He's gonna say, you know what, yo, I ain't dealing with him no more. I don't fuck with him no more. Just because that's people's mentality.
So the last question I have is, do you feel it's more important to market to strangers before you market to your friends and family? Like, you guys.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, my family always been supportive. I never really had no real like grimy family members or nothing. Like, my family they want me to win. They want me to get out. They want me to get out the streets and do something positive, which is a beautiful thing. I mean, I got some good friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people, but I got only a certain amount of friends. But I have a lot of associates. People are cool or whatever, but I don't expect much from them. If they they repost it or if they share it, it's cool. I don't bug out because I already know what I'm gonna do and where I'm gonna be at.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good attitude.
When it's all said and done. So either you gonna support, then shit work the way I feel like it's gonna work, then you be alright. And other than that, it's cool. I mean, like what's thing said it the best and paid in full. I relax better without the help anyway. Like, I got this far on my own, my ideas, my money. I invested in myself or whatever I wanted to do. I don't even know how it is to, have an investor. I'm using somebody else's money. Yeah. I mean, a couple of them hollered though, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, them contracts be crazy too. You know, they might fund you like 100,000, want 350 back. So it's like, damn, like, the interest is fucking crazy.
Put on your neck.
It's like a Capital One.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's the end of the formal interview. We'd like to take a little time out if you wanna, discuss anything that you got going on. Like, you got. When will season 3 drop? Is there anybody you want to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Well, right now we in the middle of season 2. We working on episode 5 now. When I leave here, I gotta film. Okay. I mean, like Denzel. I think Denzel is like Mark Wahlberg. I met him a few times. Definitely, you know, down to earth dude. You know, to be so successful was very like cool. You know, Will Smith. I mean, you know, Angela Bassett. I think is dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Michael B. Jordan is, you know, definitely on the come up to being great.
Yeah.
You know, he's definitely in the right path. Him and the director that he works with, because you know they worked hand in hand. I think he's very dope. Common, you know,
Yeah.
is a, you
That's a
know,
good
is
music / actor.
I mean, he's, you know, he's grade A now. He's an A-list actor.
Yeah.
Ice Cube is definitely, you know, definitely a hustler in this. Like he's just different. You know, Ice Cube he doesn't even get enough credit. And Ice Cube sitting on some money.
Yeah.
Like, believe it or not, like
Yeah.
I won't be surprised Ice Cube got about 600 mil. You know, liquid. Like
Yeah.
I believe it. Like his investments is his Master P. You know, these are legends. Like, you know, I worked with LL Cool J before. He's my favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? That was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the first people that reached out to actually sign me when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is about to be on, you know, but the timing wasn't right or whatever. I mean, they eventually got dropped from the label, which was Warner Brothers. That's before Warner was really urban.
Yeah.
You know, they Rock the Bells Music Group / Warner.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that was basically, you know, like basically it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just, you know, sometimes life is crazy. So, you know, I'm just blessed. You know what I'm saying? The right people are reaching out now. As I said, we conversate over the phone, text and messages, whatever. And there's all positivity. So I know something great is going to happen because it's getting, you know, the show's getting to the right people's faces. You know, and they appreciating the work, which is a beautiful thing.
That's what's up. Is there any, like, you know, because you do music and you do acting as well. You know, I think I more know you now for the acting, but then I hear the really good music
because
going
you know
on
what it
in
is.
the show.
I put the music on the back burner for a quick second, just to get back relevant. Because you know what it is with music, it's like so much politics. So I had to get my leverage back. You know, my boy M Record used to always tell me that do Forbes DVD. You know, he's like, yo, bro, you got to get your leverage back. Because, you know, when I was doing the DVD, nobody would tell me no because I could swap stuff out with people because I got a popular DVD.
Yeah.
So when I stopped doing it, it was just like the love wasn't really the same. It was like, you know, they won't tell me no, but it was like just actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
So now when I got the show back, now I got my leverage back the way I had it. So now I can get back to the music. Because, you know, at the end of the day, real fans appreciate my music and my wordplay.
Yeah.
But I never was the hottest in New York. So, like, once you get the hottest in New York, like, you really can't stop because, like, it's hard to rekindle that buzz back. I was always, like, medium. I like lukewarm. But people, like, that knew, like, yo, he better than a lot of these dudes. And I'm cool with that. Because I know, like, they won't go on this show and go bar for bar.
Yeah.
They won't spar with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know this. So, you know, it's like a form of intimidation. So it's like, not like, well, yeah, I can say that form of, because some of them just lucked up and got on.
Yeah.
That's it. So once you get a little fan base, people get hyped off that. But are they really loyal fans? Like, I've been to a Sean Price show, right? And Sean Price, you know, God rest the dead, whatever, he never really got his just due.
But he's nice, though.
Yeah,
he was nice.
To go to his show, and everybody damn near was from out of town. Like, motherfuckers was flying in to watch him perform. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker, that's a fan base.
Yeah.
And you know, like dudes like Smith and West, they like, you know, they raised me like in the game. You know what I'm saying? Always extended the hand and showed me love from when I was a shorty. So to see when they perform the type of love they get, it's like, oh, this is a cult following. That's what's called a cult following.
Yeah.
People think they got to follow just because they got a lot of likes and follows on Instagram.
People don't know how to monetize those likes.
Yeah, but when people's coming flying from out of town just to watch you perform,
it's a different kind of fan base.
It's a different type of fan. Like, even like, what's the name? You know, they knock him a lot, but Joe Budden's got a fan base.
Yeah.
His music is dope, though.
I'm just saying, but like, if you ever go to a show, like, you got real hip hop heads, Joel Ortiz. Like, that's the fans that you need. Even if it's a solid 50,000 people that buy your album, those are the same 50,000 that buy your album.
Guru said that, though. Guru had said that, young Guru had said that in an interview, like, you know, people, there's way to make money out there. You can have a solid following, you know, only sell 50 thousand units, have your certain thing, but people have to know how to monetize their following. So this is the end of the show. It was another good episode. I'd like to thank Arlis for coming through. If you can, shout out your social media and where people can go follow
you. Could check for me at Instagram, Arlis Michaels, one word. Facebook, Arlis Michaels, one word. And Twitter, Arlis Michaels, one word. Definitely shout out to y'all. Shout out to the whole cast from Spooky. Couldn't make it yet. He had to get rushed to the hospital. But, I'm going to hold it down for him.
Get better.
Be all right. Plaga, True Street, Shy, Brittany, Gigi, Trey, Grippy, Flyboy, Horse Gotti, Fliz, the Robe Guard, Black, everybody, man. Everybody that's a part of the show, you know what I'm saying, from day one. Lim, you know what I'm saying, Ray-Bans, just everybody, man. True Lou, which is Bop Bop, Fresh. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing, man. We just working. We humble and we just working.
That's what's up. Want to do a shout out before we head out?
I ain't got no really shout outs. I just want to say, focus on yourself and great things will happen. That's it.
Yeah, so, thanks again for everybody who came through, showed love. Shout out to Arlis for coming through. The Professional Chillers is a great web series, and it's very relatable. Very just like, somebody like that. Sometimes you watch these web series and you're like, dude can't be that hard, or dudes don't be doing that craziness. But this is just like, I can relate. Yeah. The females are very good looking too. I can't front on
definitely,
that.
Definitely got that. Watch when you see the next one.
I want to elaborate on that. The web series, I've been telling Big Bro for a minute, the web series is fire. Keep doing what you're doing.
Next time I had a whole cast here, there was this, like, once we in the film and it becomes sometimes hard to get.
We understand.
But I'm going to get, whatever couple cast, whatever your favorite cast members are, I'm going to send them down here.
Cool, I appreciate it. I
don't really even do the interviews too much. I be letting them, want them to shine.
All right, so we'll definitely have them on
we
a
get
later
Gigi
time.
here, we get Brittany here, we get Shy here.
It was definitely.
Shy, my boy, Worldwide LA. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So that's another edition of the Views from the Friend Zone podcast. Like I always say, man, forget chasing liabilities, chase your legacy. And we out. Peace.
Peace.